All right, we have head coach Matt Maynard. Let's get ready to handle the night.
So late in the game, Jaden's bringing the ball to the floor. You're waiting for him to slow down, and he goes to the basket and gets the N1. Can you just kind of walk us through that? And that kind of summed up the night, didn't it?
Yeah. Obviously, it's a advantageous scenario for us, and when he's in the open court like that. But I just thought we needed to take 30 seconds off the clock. But what do I know?
Matt, this is the importance of Caleb and Ethan in that first half while you guys were scuffling there to kind of get you back to even, and
right.
And then your main players took over from there.
Yeah, both of those guys played well. Ethan really, he hits that three, gets to the free throw line. I thought he did a lot of little things there. Caleb has 2 shots right at the rim, too, knocks the 3 down, makes his 2 free throws. He really could have had a big impact right there. But, those guys, it's hard to, like I always say, it's hard to be consistent when you get inconsistent minutes. But that's the life of somebody who normally comes off the bench. Like, you can play 20 minutes, you can play 10 minutes, you can be somewhere in between. You got to be able to be functional and go out there and know what's going on both ends of the court. And both those guys really helped us in the first half.
Did you play better defense in the second half, or was it more of not turning the ball over and Plummer not making a lot of really tough shots?
Yeah, we did a better job on Plummer, and then obviously for us being able to score as much as we did, it set our defense. I think those pieces really helped us. We wanted to mix up the double teams with Kofi, and wanted to attack him obviously when he dribbles the basketball, but that's hard. He just goes through guards who come down there and help, so you got to get a quick double on him or it's just not going to work. So we mix that up to try to help. I don't know if it does or it doesn't at times, but I think that was more important than anything. Just our consistent play on the offensive end, kept them out of transition and didn't allow them to steal any points.
And Matt, how have you seen Jaden, progress and mature into somebody who can do what he did in the second half there where he just completely took over?
Right. It's for great players, especially talented players, the game will slow down for you at times. And you see tonight when he goes fast and attacks, it's got to be in space. It's got to be when you can. Then the other times he's doing a good job of boxing his man out and just keeping his poise and learning, when I can play off of 1 foot and when I can play off of 2 feet. But he just let it come to him tonight, and he made great decisions. But he stepped up, and a couple of those pull-ups are shots that he hasn't really even taken all year. He kind of shoots a floater a little bit, but he had good pull-ups. He made good decisions off of 2 feet. And then obviously when he had space, he did a great job attacking, especially in transition. But he's come a long way since the start of the year in that area. Everything was fast to start the season.
How important was Eric Hunter's opening kind of moments in the second half there, and what does he provide in terms of leadership? He spoke about encouraging Ethan to be more aggressive and helping Jay to kind of channel his anger when he gets mad at the refs. Just
right.
How does he help in that aspect? And again, just how important was his opening kind of? First,
we didn't close the half on a good note. They obviously scored that basket, but we didn't play great in the last 3-4 minutes, and you can't have a tough finish to the first half and then a tough start to the second half. And he really set the tone. He got that layup right away, then he got another drive right away. And then I thought they did a good job, him and our other guys, on Plummer, just not letting him have shots. But no, you need to be able to set the tone to start that second half, and he was a big part of that.
Matt, let's stay on Eric for a minute. What's it like for you watching him step up his leadership? I've watched him grow the last few years, and he's taking control on the court and on the floor. What's that mean to you, and to see all that come together?
Yeah, you're in your last year. You have a feel, for what's going on. You've been through a lot of these experiences, and you have to show that. You have to show your experiences on the court. And, he's done a good job. He's done a good job defensively. We mixed him up today in terms of who he guarded. But Trent Frazier's come in here before and just dominated us. And so we have a lot of respect for him and Plummer and their ability to get away from us. And, all of our guards, I thought, did a good job of just give them that kind of attention. And that's hard to do when you got to deal with Kofi also. When you got a great low post player, then you got snipers like that can get away from the defense. And I think you kind of saw that in the first half with Plummer. And Frazier can do the same thing. But those guys did a great job. I thought Eric did a great job of defending those guys and just being a leader and being there. But when you're consistent on both ends of the court, it's easier to lead. And he's just been, really since the game at Illinois, he's been very consistent for us.
Matt, you put yourself in a position, if you win out, you win the Big Ten at this point. I know you're looking at Michigan next, but how has this past month collectively kind of set your guys up well for the month that's ahead?
Yeah, just trying to keep our focus on the next team and understanding the most important team is us. And, just not beating yourself. We just felt like the first half of the Indiana game, we just beat ourselves. We lost our composure. We turned the ball over. And you can't do that. Purdue can't beat Purdue. And we just put ourselves in a bad position. And ever since then, we've done a much better job taking care of the basketball. Now, we've had some free throw woes. I don't know what we shot tonight, but 13 for 18, I guess, is all right. But better than 10 for 22. And so sometimes that kind of knocks their morale a little bit. We do positive things and we miss free throws, and they look at it as a negative when you made a positive play and got to the free throw line. You just got to knock them down. So, but our guys just have to take it the one game at a time. I know it's coaches talk, but it's true. Like so many things get out in front of you. But when you're 4-3, I told them in the locker room, you're not competing for a Big Ten championship. Now that you're 10-3, you are, and so you got to put yourself in position to do it. And now we've put ourselves in position, and now, we just got to take care of business. But Illinois is in the same boat we are. Wisconsin's in the same boat. Michigan State, still can get there. Ohio State can still get there. There's probably another team or two in there that, can make a run at it. So you still got to keep your focus and understand what you have to do, especially on the road. You got to be able to win road games if you want to win a Big Ten championship.
The past few games, have you kind of boiled things down a little bit to just more ball screens for Jaden?
Yes. Yeah, people go to their drop. Juwan really did a good job, Michigan, mixing it up and going zone into man within the same possessions. And so, we just tried to keep it as simple as possible. And so then as the game progressed today, once big guys get foul trouble, like now, as they're backing up and somebody that athletic is attacking them, like now they have a decision to make. They normally keep backing up. That's what they do because they don't want to get that third, fourth foul in there. But he's really, made strides in his decision making, and I think that trust is something that just doesn't get handed out. And he's really earned that trust of getting the ball in his hands. He's guilty of having predetermined thoughts, like a lot of great players, and that's where they get in trouble. Don't have a predetermined thought. Just read things. Go to your natural progressions. No different than an NFL quarterback. He's got his progressions, he's got his check downs. But if he says, I'm doing this no matter what, that's probably not a good decision for a quarterback to make. So just trust your instincts, read the defense, and when they overdo things, get the ball out of your hands. But be on 2 feet unless you got an angle. And he's really done a better job of just being on 2 feet and making those decisions. He's good enough to jump stop and then circle around and still make the shot, where a lot of people aren't. When they jump stop their passers, he's still a threat to score, which really puts them in a bind because they normally go back to their big at that time, if you're following me.
All right, now you get Michigan again Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
You said Saturday you had a game before you even talked about Michigan. But just the challenges of playing them again so quickly in less than a week.
Yeah, well, it's the same for both teams. We both played the night. We both had a 9 o'clock start. They got to fly back right now and get back to campus. We got to fly there tomorrow. So it'll be the same for both teams. And, it was, a possession game here. It could have went either way. We were fortunate enough to get a couple stops. They were careless one time with the basketball and didn't complete a play. We deflected one and got it back, made our free throws. But it was really a possession game. So we got the utmost respect for them, and we know it's going to be a tough game.
Anything else?
All right. Thank you.